Well, we knew it was going to be a war. I have to put these glasses on and look at. I didn't bring my other glasses. Just look at the stats. We knew it was going to be a war. You know, hats off to La Tech because we knew they were going to come in here and fight. But just really proud of our guys how they prepared. You know, we basically had to give them last week off physically. You know, we did a little bit, but went out in helmets 2 days. I think I talked to you guys about that, and I think just getting their bodies back, getting their minds back. I think that's why at the end we were fresh. Had a really good week of practice. Really challenged them to play better in the special teams. I thought we had a really good special teams from punt coverage. You know, we get the fumble. You know, just kickoff coverage throughout the day I thought was really good. PAT field goal in those units. So, you know, I always start with special teams. I thought really proud of our offense today to you know, something we've kind of been looking for is really to play the second half, you know, and I think we've started out with some good starts. We did it again today. We look up and we're down 21-7, but never, you know, I didn't see anybody hanging their head. I think we was really just mad that we shouldn't have been in that spot, but to go up 24-21 and then kind of to win it going away at the end, with the offense really been able to run the ball when we needed to run the ball and put the game away. So obviously McBride had a great game. You know, we've limited him all week in practice because of an ankle, and so those other guys had to carry the load all week. And but to see him, and he ran just kind of like he was running when he got hurt in the last game. Offensive line, tight ends, all those guys played well. You know, Dylan had some big plays when we needed him to make some big plays, especially that run down there. That was huge to put us up 10. And then I thought the defense really settled in. You know, I mean, my gosh, we had a few of those penalties again. You know, I thought, gosh, probably 3 of them. I thought we hit him as the ball was coming out. I don't know what else to tell those guys. And then we were responding to some things first half. You know, and I think we finally said, look, whatever happens, you're the second guy's one that's going to get caught, and you just can't do it. So hopefully we got a little smarter, still want them to play hard. Had some backups at the end on that last score, but I was proud just overall of the whole group. Big win.
Obviously, like you said, the penalties reared their ugly heads again, but after those first 5, y'all get 21-7. You only had 1 penalty the rest of the first half.
Yep.
You only had 1 in the third quarter. You got a few on that kind of those last couple of drives.
Yep.
But, you know, how are you all able to just, you know, really kind of change that up so fast, going from 5 personal fouls to, you know, almost nothing for 2 quarters?
Well, the late hit on a quarterback is one I could sit here and we could watch all day. I'm on the dang rules committee, and I want to protect our quarterback. You know, I want to protect our quarterback. I want to protect their quarterback. It's as he's throwing the ball. You know, that's the question I have on, you know, and I was watching them, you know, because we were looking for it. We were talking about it. We were talking about hitting in the strike zone. The ones that get me is when a guy pushes you or put hand to face and then you push him second. That's what you can't do. And I think that's the big deal for us. Don't be the guy to respond. What good does that do? And I want our guys to play hard, you know, but we pride ourselves on playing hard but be disciplined. So something we've got to do, and we did. I think we made a good adjustment.
So talk about that fake punt. That really seemed to kind of change the momentum. You guys had that first touchdown, but then kind of went into a little bit of a roll. So what was the conversation like? Was that something that you kind of were thinking about, or was it just like a shoot from the hip, let's do it?
Yeah, we keep that in our back pocket. We work it every Thursday. We work it every Friday. And so Coach Thomas had already called the punt team up, and I went over to him and said, all right, we're running the fake punt. I had not told him in the headset. And he said, really? I said, yeah, we're running it. But, you know, they are the ones that work on it. They execute it. Kyle executed it real well. Had some really good blocking out there in front of him. And it wasn't something we really saw. It wasn't really something we planned. We do have it every week. I just felt like it was time to change momentum and give them all the credit, though. The coaches put it in, and you know, they designed it, and the kids executed it.
On Hopkins' run, not the touchdown, but the little 10-yarder, you know, on 3rd down before that, you know, how much respect does that give a guy, you know, when his teammates see a guy, you know, run through some guys and take a few hits, you know, trying to get that, you know, first down?
Yeah, I think, you know, the X factor a lot of times is quarterback runs, you know, and we've got a guy who's an athlete, and I think we need that. You know, there's times when you need it, when everything breaks down, and then what's been good is to see his evolution. You remember when he was first running and sliding early, and now he's knowing where the sticks are, he's knowing where the end zone's at, and he is a great athlete, and now you got to see that today.
McBride, obviously he had a phenomenal game first half. Just how important was his play? He had 4 touchdowns, I think.
Yeah, you know, I think that's the guy we know. I mean, that's who we know. We see him in practice. I think he was starting to do that in the last game, and he really had a bad ankle sprain. You know, thank God we had the open date He really hasn't practiced hardly any, believe it or not, the way he played. And we let him go Thursday. The other running backs have worked real hard, and, you know, they were ready to go. And you know, we were talking about was it game time or not. I guess game time we were going to see just how good he was. So I think it was just, you know, boy, he's starting to come into his own. And our O-line's doing a really good job, and they're getting downfield. But, I mean, a lot of those runs were him, you know. So really, really proud for him.
How do you, you know, maybe kind of make the decision to keep feeding a guy like that? You know, you see him, he's doing well, because I believe he got his first carry the second quarter. So
Yeah.
80 yards in the second quarter alone, 2 touchdowns. So, you know, when do you decide that, you know, hey, we're just going to keep giving this guy, keep feeding him because he's getting better as the game
Yeah,
goes on?
we call it the hot hand, you know, who's got the hot hand. And I think they were trying to protect him early on, and then it's just, man, you got to go if you can go, and he goes. And it wasn't like it was hurting him beforehand. We just knew he was coming off that injury, so you start with those other guys. But, you know, if he can go, we need him to go.
6 year as head coach of UAB, 6 bowl eligible season. What's that mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, it really does. And, you know, I think sometimes I was thinking about it yesterday where we've come to the point where, you know, we're only playing for championships, and that's not the case. I mean, I think UAB had been qualified for 1 bowl before we got here, and that's our first goal, really. It's unspoken because we break it down on champs, but getting bowl eligible is a big deal. It was such a big deal for us early. You know, I can still remember that, and I don't want it to ever become an afterthought because it is a big deal.